Okay, so here's another problem, finding the angular momentum. Okay, it's one of the problems from the text. And what it says is basically you have a projectile of mass m that is being shot with some speed v0. It makes an angle theta in the beginning, and you want to find the moment of inertia about this origin O. Okay, so at the first point we're going to call it A, then B, which is the maximum height, and then C. And you have to find the angular momentum for each of the points. Now for A, the angular momentum is obviously 0 because the moment arm is 0. Okay, mv0 is at a distance of 0 from the origin, so that's why that is 0, so that's easy. For the point B, okay, if you look at this thing, all we need to do is figure out the perpendicular distance that B makes with the y-axis, and the momentum we know is very simple. It is simply equal to the mass multiplied by the velocity at the highest point. Now this is where I'd like you to, after I ask my question, pause, wait, and check your answer. The question is, of course, what is the velocity at the highest point? What is the speed at the highest point? Okay, so pause. The answer to that question is that the speed at the highest point, okay, is simply equal to v0 times cosine of theta, because that's the only component that survives. The vertical component of the velocity is 0. All it has is the horizontal component, so it's v0 cosine theta. So this is the v at the highest point. Okay, so now that we know this, all we need to do is, we need to figure out what this height is. Okay, and this height, again, it's the maximum height that the projectile reaches. Once again, I'd like you to stop, calculate this height, and then once you have the height, proceed with the following. P will be equal to m v0 cosine theta, okay, multiplied by this height, which will be the moment arm. Now find this height. Okay, set up your 2D chart and find the height, know the conditions, and what I'm going to do is, I'll write the answer down, and what I'd like you to do is just stop, find the height, and see whether your answer matches with what I have written. So the height you obtain, if you do it correctly, will be v0 cosine theta, and it will be equal to v0 sine of theta square divided by 2 times g. Okay, so now you have all the components, and then you can write your momentum as m. It will be v0 cube times cosine theta sine squared theta divided by 2g. Great. So this is your angular momentum for B. Okay, now we can repeat the same thing for C, and in order to find the angular momentum at point C, what you need to do is figure out the range. How far did it travel? So once again, pause, calculate this R, okay, and then once you know the R, you can figure out the angle. You know the angle. The angle is theta, the same angle that it makes in the beginning, and since it comes back to the same height, we also know what the speed is. And I hope that you guessed correctly that the speed is simply going to be equal to whatever speed it had in the beginning, which will be v0. And so my angular momentum, oops, sorry, I made a mistake. This should be L. Okay, my angular momentum L will be equal to m v0, which is the momentum that it has, times the range R times sine of theta. Okay, and the range R is simply equal to v0 square sine of 2 theta divided by g multiplied by sine of theta. So this is another exercise that you need to do. Just calculate this out and everything will be good. Okay, so this is another example from the chapter.